and it looks to me like it's round. Okay, here we go, the big reveal.
What you want, what you want.
Hello there, thank you for joining me. Well, today I'm out on a new permission with Steve, and I'm using the XP Deus one with the HF round coil. I'm going to be using the sonar program, but I can give you my settings at the end of the video. Ground conditions are pretty good, you know. The only thing that makes me slightly nervous is there's quite a few stones on the surface, which could mean it's reclaimed woodland, but we'll find out soon. Well, as always with all of my videos, anything found today will be purely for demonstration purposes. I can't guarantee we're going to find treasure, but you're welcome to join me. What I absolutely love about this sonar program, it gives you a good steady ground feedback. Let's just turn that sensitivity up. I'm on 74 because I've done my intro and it was a bit chirpy. So let's go to 95, just get it a little bit edgy. So here we go, the sonar program. You can just hear it bubbling away in the background, and I'm using the XY screen. One thing you notice when using the Deus 1, after using the Deus 2 for a while, that's iron, that the speaker audio is a fair bit quieter than the Deus 2. But obviously you should be using headphones with this machine anyway, just to give you the better sound on those smaller targets. Iron again. So that fuzzing in the background, that's the ground. And when you get the prominent that's iron. Nearly. You can see all these stones on the surface, which, as I said in the intro, can be a sign of reclaimed woodland. You find on a Roman site, very often these stones would have been removed. They actually got the slaves to remove them, I've been told, to make the farming easier. So I don't know how true that is, because I should imagine the slaves did the farming as well. Looking good. 92. Yes. Nice flat XY screen, nice straight line. Definitely worth a look. And that's it, we're out. There you are. Looks like an old coin. Ah, look, there's actually one stuck to the back of it. Wow. Do you know what? I think I'm going to leave that and clean these up, do a reveal when we get back to the office. How does that sound? Well, that was a bit of a result. 2 coins stuck together. Don't think they're very old, but just an interesting find nevertheless. Sounds like a half decent signal, doesn't it? But the XY screen's telling us just a misshaped piece of iron, I think. Shall I dig it? Yeah, why not? Let's dig it just to put it right in our minds. grating on the spade down there, so close. And there you go, look. There it is, look. Clearly a part of a hammer. So we were right to trust that XY screen, weren't we? But some of you guys out there like to find iron artifacts, and I get that. That could have been something medieval, Roman, Saxon. I'm sure if you did go for some of these targets, you'd have some interesting finds. Okay, let's carry on. This is interesting. We've got some nice blue skies there, but if we pan across, we might have a little bit of trouble coming our way very soon. You can see now that the stones have started to fade out a little bit, and the ground has become a little bit more cleaner. Finer ground, look. The only adjustment I've made to this sonar program is reactivity 3 instead of reactivity 4, because I'm not crashing through stubble. I can match my sweep speed with the reactivity. Now, one of the reasons I use reactivity 4 in stubble, and it's been picked up a few times, why do you swing so fast in stubble? Well, it's quite simple. Have you ever tried swinging slow in stubble? You just can't do it. You need the inertia to lay the fresh stubble over. You simply can't swing slowly in stubble. Look at that lovely bit of soil now. Hopefully we'll be in with a chance. Another Viking drinking vessel with the Emperor Heineken written on it there. Look, can you see that? Perfect. Here's something worth a little bit of investigation. It's a clean signal, but it does get a little bit choppy, but I wonder if that's because it's deep. What do you think? Just wagon wheel it all round the outside. That's not bad actually, is it? There's that iron buzz to it, but that could be something close to iron or misshaped piece of iron. I don't know. Do you know, I don't think it's a misshaped piece of iron because it's just too clean. I can bullseye onto it really cleanly. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? Signal's got weaker now, so perhaps it's dropped down. Of course, very often when you get these 50-50-ish signals, they could be shotgun cartridges in various states of decay. Right, that's it. I'm going to get the probe in there now. And there it is. Can you see something there? Look, on edge. Don't know if you can see that. There's something there on edge. Okay, here we go. The big reveal. Looks to me like... Oh no! Oh no! Can you believe it? It's a silver button. I thought that was a coin. Arrgh. And there you go, a little bit of an iron pip on the bottom of it, look. Could be giving us the iron sound, who knows. Ah, how frustrating is that? 66, 63, it's a nice straight line, look. Nice silver coin I've just scratched to death from my boot. Nice one, Gaz. It's out, it's out, it's out, it's out. Well, it's not the 2 bits I thought it was, so it's out. Trying to do this one-handed. There, that's what it is. Another little bit of a Roman coin. Not complete, just a fragment. Absolutely love this program. I used to use a hot program, well I still do use a hot program from time to time with the Deus one, which is the full tone program, but I just keep finding myself going back to the good old 2-tone sonar program. Just like the sound of it, I like the response of it, and I can make some very small tweaks to it to suit each individual field. I think I'd use the hot program if I was in a very iron contaminated site, you know, with lots and lots of small nails. I think that's when the hot program really does excel. But for general searching, I just like old trusty squeaky here. Quite a nice one, look, 69, 70. Nice straight line. I didn't think it was that deep. Do you know what? I can't see anything. Let's get the probe on it. That's what it's there for. Oh. This must be small. Ah. Right, don't lose it this time. Ah, that looks to me like a very small Roman coin. Could be, yeah, I think it is. So a lot of people ask me, well, what do I think of the Deus one now the Deus 2's out? Well, do you know what? I think it's a great little workhorse and I'll never get rid of it. I always come back to the Deus one. It never fails to let me down and it always puts a smile on my face. It's very much different to the Deus 2, but not different in a bad way. It's different in a, I don't know, how can I explain it? It's more of a refreshing way. It's like using a different machine, it really is. But I've used the Deus one for so many years, it's like a part of me. Okay, that's an interesting one. That's coming up at 87. Quite a nervous sound, and this is another thing I like about the Deus one. You can convert those 50-50 signals into good targets, whereas I think with the Deus 2 I found that a lot of the time if it says a 50-50 signal, it's probably not worth bothering with because it's normally junk, whereas the Deus one, it gives you that choice. You can convert it on several occasions. You think, wow, that was a 50-50, but now it's on the surface, it sounds great. So interesting times regarding detectors. Deus 1, never sell it. Deus 2, got its place, if you know what I'm saying. So let's dig this target, see what we got. Don't think it's that deep. try it with a pinpoint and see if I can get it without digging it. Now, if I had Ray's hand trowel, I could have dug that out. But, as you guys know, I have not. How can you get the target and then nothing? It was there. It's because it's over here now, perhaps the wind blew it. There you go. There you go. There's another one, look. A little tiny Roman coin. Can't see a lot on that one. Well, that's just about it. I've had a lovely little session with this Deus one. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've had a few little bits and pieces to go with it. So I was going to show you the settings I was using, but let's go back to the awning of wisdom and I'll run through the settings there. Awning of wisdom, I'll explain more in a moment. This is the awning of wisdom, and you sit down and have a cup of tea. You get this immense power and knowledge, and you put the worlds to right. We're thinking about bringing this to Detectiveville and doing a Q&A underneath it. So very quickly, here are my sonar settings. I will post a link to the sonar video below. Menu, reactivity 3, audio response 4, notch 00, disc minus 6.4, expert 3 tones, 202, 202, 881, with a tone break of 9. Now, if you're not used to the Deus, this can be a little bit tricky to put in the tone break, so I suggest you watch my sonar video to do that exactly. Okay, sensitivity 95, frequency 31.3 with a white HF coil, iron volume 0, and we're back to reactivity. That's the sonar. GB is manual 88. I don't recommend you do use tracking or manual ground balancing below 88 unless you're overseas, but for the UK 88 is absolutely perfect. That's it really. What else can I tell you? No, profile obviously is the XY screen there. So that is it. That is the sonar program which I've been using today. So how am I going to separate these coins? Well, I'm just going to soak them to start off with very quickly in some warm soapy water. So let's just see if we can just pull them apart. Well, I don't think that's going to be too difficult. Here we go, look. And that's what they are. Let's put this one back in the water. And I've got this this fantastic little cleaning pen which should help just clean the surface up. Just to get rid of that grime on the top. Keep it wet, bit of lubrication. That looks to me like probably a George V halfpenny and a George V farthing. Well, that's it guys, thank you very much for your support. Sorry this was a bit of a long video. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as me, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.